imagine there's a spotlight on me, okay? Just imagine. Okay. And wow. One of these days, we're going to have a spotlight for me so we can look better. What's up? It's your boy. Can I get loud?
Yes.
I can get loud. Okay, I got permission. What's up? It's your boy Vocals, your light-skinned extraordinaire. I am here. Yes. Oh my God, we're gonna zip through these intros because apparently I gotta make sure we're gonna get this right. But I am your famous. Well, I ain't famous. I'm just somebody who's just here to have a good time, but not a long time. But it's okay though. The man is on my right that makes everything possible. Schedule people, cover the host, Diamond Records, Platinum. You name it, you saw it. He see, he come, he conquered. The man who has his own kingdom, Mr. King Drell, the mighty dynasty. Push the button. You forgot the button. There we go. There we go. You gotta push the button. You gotta push the button. And obviously, you know, we have one of the certified people who we like to call him the King of New York. He likes to walk around with a plate of food, and we like to guess whatever the heck he got when he eats. Most of the foods I don't even know, making me want to eat right now. Give it up for my man himself, who walks around with the flag, Jasirii. You already know we had to bring back one of the most favorite people that came back on our podcast, as you extraordinarily know, because she went chopper for chopper with this whole TikTok back and forth with people, and she said it in the comments. You can't out chopper her. The one and only, the light-skinned extraordinaire with great dimples, Miss Jen and Georgina. Absolutely already got the chopper for chopper. She's ready.
Mm-hmm.
She's ready. Stop playing. Stop playing. Because you don't know why? Y'all want to know why? You want to know why there's a lot of chopper here?
Why?
You want to know why there's a lot of chopper merch going on tonight?
Why is there a lot
you want to know why
merch?
there's a lot of One Piece merch going on right now?
Why
No, you don't know. Oh, my God, y'all. Oh, you thought the impossible was impossible over here. But guess what? It's possible because we have somebody who's not on a hot seat. She's on the queen seat tonight.
The queen.
Yeah, oh, y'all thought I was about to say the hot seat. Nah, she's on I'm going to say it one more time. The queen seat.
The queen.
I mean, we see this person be on this ship, traveling with this crew, being a great doctor, and y'all probably know this doctor as well. She's not just any doctor. Not just any doctor.
No.
This is somebody who likes to have chopper for chopper.
Mm-hmm.
She went chopper for chopper.
Chopper for chopper.
Her voice is on the chopper.
On the chopper.
Not just any chopper.
Not
the chopper.
The one and only.
Tony Chopper. Da-da-da Chopper.
Celeste.
The one. The goddess who actually took the time of her day to be here, who we are super excited to have, Miss Brina! Everywhere worldwide, baby.
That is the best intro of any podcast that I have ever.
Somebody give me my award.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Listen to.
Somebody give me my award.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Stop playing with me.
You get the
Post me
crown.
somewhere.
That was incredible. That was so good.
Oh my gosh, she just made me so blessed. I am so honored with your presence. Oh my God. Take that, everybody. You can't take my flow.
See, you responded to that wrong. You should have said flattery will get you nowhere, you bastard.
Oh! Oh, give me some. Give me some. Give me some. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We are here. We are here, real life. Oh yeah, it's time. How we feeling? How we feeling, everyone?
Oh my gosh. Energized.
Got
Feeling
to.
Giddy.
He's giddy.
I'm
Over.
like literally crying because it was so
I'm putting on my chopper sunglasses. I can't deal with this.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh no, but again, welcome everybody to the podcast is real. As we said, we have the world famous Brina Palencia here with us. Singer, actress, voice actor extraordinaire. She is a lot of talents, trust me. So, but before we get back to her real quick, King of New York, how are you doing today?
Listen, I'm just ecstatic to be here as always, but now I'm just super ecstatic because if you know about this character right here, if you know about this character right there, how I am with this character.
You know,
even with them playing up oxtail, there's a lot of my favorite things going on right now.
exactly. And I'm gonna need you to bring it in real quick, Mr. Jasirii, because you know what? Before we get to the lovely Jenna here, let's go ahead and get into that topic real quick because it is time to play What is Jasirii Eating?
And listen, today we are here with a specialty of my island. You know what I mean? We have that Jamaican oxtail. We do not say oxtails because it's not pronounced that way. You have to do it from the island of motherland, you know? Oxtail. So white rice, because we didn't have enough time to make rice and peas because I didn't want to miss the podcast. It takes a long time to make it. But we have white rice and oxtail, you know. It takes a couple hours. You put it in a pressure cooker and you have it nice and browning like a girl there. You see? So, you know, it's just a wonderful day. I didn't have enough time to make vegetables, but we'll do cabbage tomorrow. And that is what we're eating with Jasirii.
I love
it. And back to you.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Jasirii. So, Queen Jenna, Gin and Juice, fresh off of a con, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. This still feels like so surreal. I haven't seen Brina in like since literally 3 years from this con, actually.
Wait, which con? Which con?
I met you at WeebCon 2023.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I love WeebCon.
So like, it's crazy. But I'm feeling great.
That is great. And Brina, how are you doing today?
Man, you guys have really brightened my day. I was having a really stressful day leading up to this moment, and now I just feel delighted. I feel so happy to be here. Y'all are great. This is wonderful. This is like so fun.
Aw, tell us who we got to beat up.
Tell us who we got to beat up.
Today.
What they do. What they do. You know what? I'm gonna do this a little differently to start off. Okay. Normally with the podcast, obviously we're not live. This is recorded, so there are no showcases. There's no week that was. So I'm gonna go ahead and push something up to the front real quick, and I want to give Jenna the floor because there is no bigger Tony Chopper fan on the planet than Gin and Juice. And
cannot out chopper the chopper.
Dude, I believe it. When I saw y'all tagged me in that video of all her stuff, and I was like, oh my God, it was impressive. I'm honestly jealous of your collection. Like, you have a better chopper collection than I do. Like, truly.
I'll send you some of my things.
That video wasn't even half of her stuff.
That's incredible. Well, and you said you got even more at the con this weekend, right?
Yes. I would do a haul, but like, I love Chopper so bad. Like, my entire room is just dedicated to Chopper. He's been my favorite boy. His backstory really touched me, especially when he finally got to join the crew. I just connected with him since I started watching One Piece, and he's just everything to me.
He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
The best. He just wants to help heal people. He just wants to make people feel better. That's it.
Yeah. Pretty beautiful, actually.
Well, Jenna, what did you get from the con? Do you have it with you?
I do, actually. So
here we go.
I don't know if y'all know Ozzy Virus, but
shout out to Ozzy.
Shout out to
Ozzy. He's an artist, and he made a chopper print, and I finally got to get my hands on it.
The one I think.
Oh my gosh!
It is. It's the one.
He got to sign it. I've been waiting for this since he dropped the art, and I was like,
"That's beautiful.
Give me that." So shout out to Ozzy.
I love that.
The virus with the killer Tony Chopper.
I was waiting for that for so long. Let's see. I'm so grabbing all of my stuff. Funny enough, I went to a gas station. It's random in Texas. And I found a chopper rubber chicken.
What, in a gas station?
I told you.
No way.
I told you.
It was like a few miles away outside of Dallas.
No. Oh my God.
They have a rubber chicken.
No.
How?
Where? How?
Where? No, I wish. I want to know this. I want what? That's crazy. I've never seen it.
But yes, they had a matching Luffy too.
What?
I was like, let me just get them both. But it was so random. I'm like, why do they all have this? But he exists.
Wow.
So
It's
I
always
grabbed it.
exciting when you see One Piece stuff in the wild. It definitely happens a lot more now, but like especially back in the day when we first started working on it, it was like never happened. But yeah. But even still, it's kind of I would never
love
think
seeing
that would exist in a random gas station. Like what?
I was getting down. We was like trying to take a break because I took a 6-hour drive to go to WeebCon. I do it all the time. It's so easy to me. So I was stretching my legs. I walked in and I was like, there's no way that's Chopper. I picked it up and I was like, yeah, he exists. It's crazy.
Wow. Incredible.
It's insane.
We've made it, people.
I got a chicken chopper plush. Didn't know these
A lot of
existed.
chicken choppers out
There's a
there.
real chicken theme happening.
I don't know. Funny story about this. I was walking around the con, and this is apparently like one of those limited edition plushies, and it was the last one on the floor. I was like, do I really need it? Do I really need it? The merchant saw me hugging him and was like, I'll put this in a bag for you. Here you go. So I was like, you know what? Thank you. I'll take him.
Well, that's a good plushie. I can tell that one's super soft. You just by looking at it, I can tell.
So
Yeah.
He's so
Matters.
soft.
It matters.
Oh, let's see. I'm like trying to rush through this. Let's see.
Don't rush.
Oh.
Savor it. I'm into this.
I got a chopper shot glass.
Cute.
It was so adorable. I was like, and it's a little keychain. It works as a keychain too, and it came with a straw.
That's adorable.
I thought that was.
I was like, I'm not passing that up in the form of a Stanley cup. Yeah, I need that.
Super cute.
Let's see. I'm over here just going through my phone. Let's see.
Word, we're watching. Not for stealing purposes at all.
I just collect chopper things, bro. It's too good. I got a chopper pop socket for my phone. Another one.
Cute.
He's adorable.
Very cute.
I was like, I need that. I'll never get enough chopper. Going through his bag. Oh, I have my Switch. And
You have a chopper switch?
I was about to say.
I do.
Cute.
It's so fire. The Joy-Cons have his little thing on it.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed.
It's
I'm obsessed. I have a problem. I won't admit it.
We've noticed.
I do.
It's official.
It's not a
It's
problem.
official.
It's a healthy issue, okay?
Yeah, there are far worse things. Far worse things.
I got a chopper bonnet.
Cute. Oh my god.
Got this chopper pin. This is actually from Box Lunch, but there's a chopper pin.
Cute.
I've been like just collecting random chopper things. I'm like, I need everything chopper.
I love that.
I also finally got my hands on a wanted poster.
Oh, I'm surprised you wouldn't
So I
already
also-
have that.
That's the one thing I don't have. I don't have any of the wanted posters.
Interesting.
So I finally grabbed him.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most. That's one of the ones that I sign the most.
Of
I
all
think.
the things he didn't
Wait a minute,
have
hold up.
yet.
Time out. Flag on the play.
Yeah.
Time
Flag
on the play.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the
Time.
play.
No.
Listen.
Somebody throw a flag out
I
there.
have his earrings on though. I got the wanted poster earrings.
Okay,
Which I've
cool.
never seen before, so are
Okay,
far
shout out
more
to the
rare.
earrings. Shout out. But like, I done saw you put out. You even put out a rubber ducky chicken from a gas station.
Yeah, and
And
you
you mean
just
to tell
now got.
me the main supply of a pirate, you don't have the poster of your boy's your son on the wall?
The one thing you think
I
he
wanted
would
to get
have.
all of them at the same time, and then I realized I'm not gonna collect all of them at once because that's money. Even though I spent all my money on chopper stuff, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get his. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
So it took me a while to settle with that. So I finally settled.
You got neon.
Thanks. Why be basic when you can be different? You don't need all the same things. Everybody else got the chop. Everybody else got the poster. Why do you need it?
True.
Not for real. I was like, the poster's okay. I can wait for the poster. I got another tumbler.
Oh, I like the
It's a little
shape of
chopper,
that.
another
one.
chopper cup.
That's very cute.
It's so
I'm
cute.
really glad at all the stuff that you got us.
I got I talked to like a billion different.
Also,
voice
what
actors
is
this weekend.
what is your day job? How do you afford all these?
I'll have you know, I work in retail. So I have 2 jobs. I work at a hair store and I work at Barnes & Noble. I finesse this.
Wow.
all of my spare money goes to this.
Wow.
I pay my bills and then I'm like, what chopper stuff do I not have yet?
Well, I mean, as long as you're paying your bills, you know, that's the important part.
I'm like, okay, priorities. We're not irresponsible, but you know, we're safe. We're safe. Let's see. I'm missing a bag. I don't know where it went. Where did it go? Where did it go?
Didn't she just say she got a couple of chopper things?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like
more than a
missing
couple.
bag.
It's more than a couple.
But so far, that's my little.
What are
convo.
what's your record for like one spree? Like how many chopper things have you gotten at one time?
Ooh, right now, I'm not gonna lie. I think the Paldois collection with like all the choppers on little desserts. That's probably my biggest spree because every single time that they drop the next set, I pre-order them.
Oh,
So
wow.
like
Okay.
I've definitely spent. What's 45 times 3?
45
Whoa.
times 3 would be 100 and
That's probably like in one sitting.
like 120 plus 15, so 135. Is that right? Okay.
So in one sitting, yes, because normally I like take my time,
Right.
bit by bit.
Yeah.
But when I see a bunch of them,
Have you
especially
ever
at a
had
con, I'm
to like when you're at a con? Have you ever had to get like buy another suitcase?
I haven't had that issue yet.
Okay.
I say yet because I feel like it's coming soon. There's going to be a moment I'm like, I bought too much stuff and I can't fit it in my suitcase. I'm gonna need another one. That's coming soon. I feel it.
I had to do that. I've been to Japan twice. The first time that I went, I had to buy a suitcase for all the stuff that I bought when I was there. Not just chopper stuff, but just like
That's so
everything.
valid. That is so valid.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yes, that's so far my convo. If I find my missing bag.
Missing
Now,
bag.
Actually, at this
Yeah,
point, I'm going to have to
exactly.
call it because we will enjoy the entire hour of you just pulling out Tony Chopper stuff.
She's going.
I didn't even personally know what I got into by saying, you know what, just pull some stuff out. I'm thinking it's going to be maybe like 5, 6 items.
Nah, bro. She said she got a secret bag, bro. Wait, a secret bag? Wait
I
a
literally
minute.
was home so I could like show off all of my stuff because oh my gosh.
At this point, she's the definition of Batman. You just go in his lair, you see him not to put his suits. All of this is just straight chopper.
I'm not gonna front. I'm gonna go on the
That's so
record and
real.
say this needs to be a series. This needs to be a series.
Yeah, you could just create your own like TikTok of just like every day different unveils of like 5 of your chopper things.
You're so right. I'm actually gonna do that. Y'all are right.
These
I'm gonna
Look
get a
at that,
showcase
look
of
at
my
that.
entire
The famous
collection.
Jenna.
Yeah.
The famous Jenna. But you know what? As famous and as big of a Tony Chopper fan as Jenna is, that is nothing compared to us again having the lovely Brina Palencia on the show today. And I want to go ahead and get into her a little bit because that is what she's here for. So
Yes.
let's go ahead. You know, we're done glazing here. So now we got to get into some self-glaze. So for some people out there that may not necessarily know who Brina Palencia is, we want to go ahead and give you the floor real quick just to kind of talk about yourself. Like, what got you into voice acting?
Well, I was a big anime fan. I was a big Dragon Ball Z fan growing up. We had like a group of us in high school who would watch it after school every day. One of those people was actually my now husband. Today is our 24-year dating anniversary. Our first kiss was watching Dragon Ball Z.
The GOAT! The GOAT!
bringing people together.
Yes. So yeah, I had taken a tour of Funimation at the time when I was in high school, and I remember Chris Sabat was the one who we got to watch record. He was recording Piccolo, and I remember watching him do it and just thinking like, I could do that. I think I could do that. And so when I graduated high school, I went to community college, Tarrant County College, and that just happened to be very close to where the studios at the time were. And I kind of feel bad telling this story sometimes because it's not a story that you can reproduce because it was just a different time. I mean, that was like 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago at this point. I just walked in and I asked how to audition. Like, if you try to do that now, they will escort you off security will escort you off the premises. Like, it's not a thing you can do. I can't stress that enough. I've even had other voice actors be like, you need to just make up a different story about how you got into this because it's not like you're gonna like cause an influx of just random people coming in and trying to get a job. It's not how it works. Do not do what I did. But what I did was walk in and ask how to audition. And at the time, just like nobody knew about Funimation. Like they didn't even know where the building was. It was in a Frost Bank building at the time. And like the door that I had gone into was just a bunch of cubicles. And I remember walking in and like one head came out of a cubicle and was like, what? I was like, do you know how I would audition for you guys? And it was some random lady. I wish I knew who she was because she just took me cubicle to cubicle and was like, do you know how she would audition for us? And everyone's like, I don't know. Ask so-and-so. I don't know. I don't know. And then finally we found the talent coordinator. His name was Scott. And then I just called that number every week and asked if they were having auditions that week. And then, which again, you cannot do. Not an option. There's not some random number you can call. If you did call any number you found for Crunchyroll, again, blacklisted. And I'm not kidding. Like people have been blacklisted for this kind of stuff. So yeah, so I just called every week and I asked if there was an audition. And then I was able to get, I think my first audition was for Case Closed. And I had gotten like a callback for it, which they don't often do, but I got a callback for it, didn't get anything, but I got called in a lot for what's called Walla. It's in Walla, so it's like the group scenes where there's people in the background just being like, how much for those apples or whatever. And so I did that for like 2 years. And then my first featured character was Nina Tucker in Full Metal Alchemist. Yes. And that Mike McFarland and Colleen Klinkenbeard cast me as those as that character. They were both like team like co-directing, and Colleen was the one who directed me in the episodes, and she kind of took me under her wing. Luffy. My captain was my captain for my career. She took me under her wing. She had cast me in a couple more things, and then she asked me if I wanted to direct, and so I did ADR directing with her as my producer, which again is not how it works now. Like that's not like you don't have like a mentor producer like that. But I was lucky enough that she was very much a mentor to me, and she and then Mike McFarland also was the one who got me into music directing at Funimation, and so I was like the primary music director for them when they used to adapt the songs all the time for like 15 years. And yeah, so then I stopped doing all of that. Now I just act. But yeah, I guess that's kind of my career in a nutshell.
Nice. It's like, look, she got in a way that cannot happen anymore, guys.
Yeah,
so,
sorry.
You know what?
Don't take my advice.
Welcome to social media.
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it.
That's okay. I'm sure there's a YouTube video out there that's going to try to teach people how to do it the way this time.
Step 1, walk to the front door. Step 2, ask for an audition.
Yeah, how to get banned from Crunchyroll.
Number 1, call Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
You want to find a number? Look at the bottom of the email. You'll find it. All right.
This sounds like a stupid dinner.
Diabolical for real.
Step 2, wonder why you got ghosted.
Yeah.
It was blacklisted for sure, dog.
Yeah.
Yo.
And you know what? And that is actually my perfect transition because speaking of ghosts, you know, she is a musician as well.
Yes. Oh my God. Also, I have a single that came out today.
I know, Bliss.
Yes. Oh my God. You're like so on top of it. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
The
you
song I
know.
wrote for my husband when we were long distance.
Aw.
I know. It's so cute. Oh my God.
Long without you. My fault. I had a SpongeBob moment.
Yeah, no, because like no, her music career is pretty interesting when you think about like where she got like a lot of the inspiration for her music from. First of all, I just wanted to clarify this: your parents were musicians, right?
Yes. Yeah. My dad is a guitarist and my mom's a singer. Yeah. And they had a band together.
That's fire.
So y'all was getting around a campfire?
So my parents, they had a band together in Honduras, and so they toured like Central America. And my dad's Honduran. My mom is not. She's very white American.
It's like she's not.
I mean, she speaks Spanish fluently. She lived in Latin America for like 20 years, but like yeah, if you look at her, she's like very like covered in freckles and like pale and yeah. Very white, yeah. But so they had their band, but they also like divorced when I was 4, so they did not we did not have like fun family like my mom and I would sing together all the time, which would drive my brother crazy because he was a guitarist, but he hates singing. And so my mom and I would just be like harmonizing in the kitchen together, and he would just be like, ugh, just hated it so much. Now he's very supportive of my music career, but he's an excellent guitarist. Actually, he there's a song that I have coming out this year that he played guitar on for me. He did a solo for me. He also, I think it was Guitar Hero 3. Slash did the opening of Guitar Hero 3, but my brother did the closing.
Goated game.
And he's currently a mixer at Crunchyroll, so he does like all the mixing, like the final mix for episodes and stuff and movies.
Look at that, big time. It's
Yeah.
all in the family.
Everybody.
Yeah,
is
well, it's
so
funny because
big
people
on
will
it.
be like, "Oh, because you got your brother's the in," and he will very quickly correct them and be like, "Nah, bitch, she got me the job."
Push the button. Push the button. Push the podcast real button. This is real. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's up. It's up for
that
sure.
Right there. It's like, look, don't get it twisted.
Right. She worked her way to get to here.
Yeah.
I done nothing. I've been chilling.
Yeah.
But not like, because I've actually listened to your music, and you know, I definitely want to bring up Ghost specifically because that video is amazing, and you have a beautiful singing voice.
Thank you. I worked so hard on that video, and I thought it wouldn't happen because I got very sick the week that we were supposed to film, and we had to postpone it. But it all came together. But it ended up, it came out like months after I had intended it to come out. But it's honestly artistically the most proud of anything I've ever been, like, because it is exactly what I wanted. It is like, and it was so cool because I had so many of my friends helping me on it. My friend Derek Whitener did the sets. My friend Victor Brockwell did the costumes. My friend Mindy, who's the protagonist in the video, she also did all of the choreography for it. And like everybody just went so above and beyond because like I paid everybody but not what they're worth, you know what I mean, because I can't afford to do that, but like they treated it like it was their top gig, you know what I mean, like the way that my friends came through was like incredible. Even my like Trina Nishimura, who's one of my besties, she like PA'd on it for me just to help out. And like it was just really such a love letter. Like it was such a community effort. And like, yeah, I mean, I've never had something that I felt was so wholly and completely exactly how I wanted it as much as that music video. Like it really, really, really is. Like if you want to know what's in my brain and the types of things I want to make, that's the music video. That's the video to watch because that's like everything about it I'm so, so proud of.
Yes, she is. She was never really here and gone like a ghost, guys. So I'm just saying. All right, like I said, and of course, the reason we have her on here mainly is she is an amazing voice actor for a lot of these animes. It would be crazy to try to sit here and go through all of them. So, of course, we're just going to stick to a couple that I want to talk to you about specifically. Might as well get the big one out of the way. Let's get into a little Tony Chopper.
Sweet boy.
He is everybody's best boy, and I know you definitely are a huge Chopper fan yourself. So, what was the inspiration for doing the voice of Tony Chopper? Were you just trying to come up with something? Did they give you any motivation? Were you just trying to stay close to the Japanese?
Yeah, initially it was very much stay close to the Japanese because I know because there was, I'm not trying to throw shade at all. There was the 4 kids dub before, and they made it 4 kids, so it was like very, very different from the original. And I know that when they switched it over to Funimation, the goal with it was to be as close to the Japanese as possible. So like with everybody's audition, we actually got to reference the Japanese in the audition, which they had never done before. Like in the past, they would just show you the picture and the lines, and that's usually what they do now as well. But yeah, back then it was like we never got the reference until we started recording. But for this, it was like, here's a whole scene that you have to watch, and you're gonna try to match this as closely as possible. And so, yeah, Otani is like my hero because I also I loved Pokemon growing up, and I love Pikachu, and so yeah, I don't know, I feel like my love of Pikachu helped me a lot in that moment. I didn't know at the time that they were the same voice actress, but I did think like, oh, that sounds kind of like Pikachu, and I like when you watch that show as a kid, you're always doing like Pika, like you're doing all of the Pikachu stuff. Everybody has their own Pikachu, like impersonation, and I definitely had mine, and so that I think that helped a lot. But I, I mean, Chopper is just. I think the reason that Chopper speaks to so many people is because he is that inner child in all of us, that innocent, wounded, um, you know, just kid who got messed around with and like just like uh and is trying his best to come out of it. You know what I mean? And I think the thing I love about him is and again, I think the reason that so many people are drawn to him is his ability to be so vulnerable and honest about his fear and still doing the thing. Like he can still save as many people as he can. He can that moment in Wano whenever he's like spoiler, like literally on fire, half ice oni, like and screaming about how he's gonna save everyone. Like I was like I was just sobbing. I was so proud of him because it's like all of his like struggles leading to this moment and like his ability thanks to the Straw Hats to be able to still have faith in people and still see people as worthy of being saved, I think is incredible, especially when given his background and how much he was abused. Like, I just think, but again, it's that willingness and ability to admit he's afraid and to still do the thing. Like, that's what makes him so powerful.
And that is so amazing. That's why we know just about everybody. They just absolutely love Chopper. He's been best boy to everyone. I think it's amazing, like you said, that moment in Wano, and we know how integral he was there at Wano. So I do have to ask you personally, what do you think his bounty should be?
I mean, yeah, I don't think, yeah, they definitely don't realize how vital he is because without Chopper, like, they probably would have died at some point. You know what I mean? Like, so really, I think his bounty, I mean, at least 1 million. Come on.
A million.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
A million. Oh, you taking a milli?
Really?
Wait a
I
minute,
thought you were
Jenna
just
taking
high.
really?
Like that's
Excuse
all
me?
you want?
Listen. Okay. To be okay. If we're talking Wano placement and we're not yet, just and Egghead and everywhere else. You know, cool.
Mhm.
I would say, like, after the first, to be honest, I feel like after Ennie's lobby, he should have been like at least top 3 in the Straw Hat crew. It should have been Luffy, Zoro, and him. That's just me though. That's just me though. And that was at Ennie's lobby.
I 1000% agree with that. I concur.
All the way back
That's
in
just me.
Oh, we
lobby.
talking about Monster Point Chopper. Yeah. Think about it real
Yes.
quick. That's an Ennis lobby. Monster Point Chopper. Chocolate
Yeah.
Point Chopper. That's a chocolate point. Pinpoint Chopper.
Yeah. Wrong anime.
Pinpoint Chopper. Rumble. Huh.
Rumble.
All right. Okay. Hey, I have nothing to say. Look, I had my Admiral suit on and I got ran up. So I'm good. I ain't saying nothing, bro.
Yeah. Jenna pulled a sword out on you.
Because Tony Chopper is like that. Okay?
Hey,
He's like that.
Look, I ain't got nothing to say. I saw what Kendrick said. He was like that, and we saw how the war went. So he's like that. You got it. We here.
But you know what? It's perfectly fine because when Brina is not, helping people in the One Piece world save lives, she's somewhere trying to help save lives in another anime at UA because he is also the voice of Mineta.
Which really upsets some people. Like specifically Chopper fans will be like, oh no. He also voices Mineta?
Why?
No.
Why?
Which, listen, I have a whole soapbox about Mineta. I'll try to make it brief, but like, here's my thing.
Okay.
He's a child, for one. I'm not excusing his behavior, but if you'll notice, he has learned. Like from the beginning to now, he's gotten better and continues to get better and will continue to get better because he does get put in his place within the show. And I think that's great. He should be put in his place and understand boundaries, and he's learning those things. But I don't understand the level of hatred for him versus the older characters, not just in My Hero, but like everywhere else in anime, who are significantly more perverted than him. And I'm like, they're adults, they know better, and they are taking advantage of young people. You know what I mean? Whereas he's talking about his peers, you know what I mean? Like he's not like, so I don't know. It worries me. It worries me for the youth because I'm worried when you're going through puberty, everybody is a pervert. You just are. Like girl or boy, like whatever the gender, like it's a weird time. You know what I mean? Everybody has weird thoughts. Everybody has just weird feelings. Your body's doing weird things. You don't understand what's happening. And so it worries me that people talk about Mineta so brutally mean in such a mean way that there's these kids who are going through puberty who are, hopefully not acting, hopefully not acting like Mineta, but are thinking like Mineta and are thinking, well, I should, die because people are talking about how you should die. You know what I mean? Like, well, then that means I should. You know what I mean? So it just worries me that kids are going to see that and think like, okay, if I think like him, then I'm a monster and I don't deserve to live. And I think that is really dangerous. And I think we need to be a little more nuanced in the way we talk about Mineta versus just, he's a monster, he's disgusting, no one should ever love him, he deserves to be dead. Like that's too far. It's too far. And it's not fair because we're not talking about adults in that way. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about the adults in that way. Let's not talk about the kids in that way because it's a different, it should be a different expectation.
No.
I ain't gonna lie, she just legit just call y'all out there. I just want to legit just point that out. Just in case y'all didn't know, y'all not gonna see this, you're not seeing this live, but I'm gonna say this audio wise. She just call y'all out. So just get used to the shotgun being pointed at your head because she actually made some great points.
And look,
Yeah.
at the end of
Which
the day,
again, I don't want to like his behavior is abhorrent in many ways, but he is learning though. He's getting better. Like in the last season, like he did practically nothing. I think he like referenced somebody being hot, but like that's about it.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like,
I mean, over there. I mean, he controlled everything else after the training, and he was a
yeah,
gentle, slightly gentle, still with a little bit of craziness in there, but he
yeah,
was calm. He
yeah.
matured.
And,
I'm
He
with
was
you there. I'm with you
he's
there.
getting there. He's getting there.
Absolutely.
Give
and
him
he
a
showed.
chance.
And I mean, and he's still a hero at the end of the day. So he still prioritized saving lives,
Yeah.
and he shows how much he cares about his friends. He
Mhm.
literally was telling Awful One, like, leave him alone. Take my quirk instead.
I mean,
Yeah.
we do have the. I mean, do y'all want to go back to the 1A when everybody had to talk to Vigilante Deku? He still played a role in it.
Exactly.
He
Exactly.
still
Yeah,
played a
dude.
role in it. So hey, no matter how you say, and fun fact, people kind of forgot about this. Mineta actually was one of the few people that actually had Deku got out of the mindset when when the Shiraki and them was coming through the very first time and stuff. So some people kind of forgot about that. He actually played an important role a couple of times too, especially in the sports festival. He sure did.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that you heard that. Put some respect on Mineta's name. And I know we're brushing up towards the end, so I really want to only get into one more of the voice actors. Well, actually, before I get into that, quick question, because Mineta shows your range in voice acting, because there's a huge difference between like Chopper that's up here and then
Mhm.
Mineta that's here.
Yeah.
And that's why I always just think that's amazing. I just thought I would throw that out there.
I mean, it's
But
pretty easy. You either just talk like this,
Or you talk like this. It's not really that big of a difference.
you see what I'm saying? One is a high pitch, one is a low pitch, but she has one that has an accent.
Oh yes, I think I know who you're talking
Sorry, I
about.
wasn't ready for the chopper.
Yeah, see? He already knows what I'm talking about. Because we need to go to Black Butler for a second.
Yes, please.
Ciel.
Like I said, whether it's an accent or whatever, she could definitely do it all. And Ciel is a very interesting character.
Oh wow.
Ciel is one of my favorites, honestly. I mean, Chopper's hard to compete with just because I've lived with him for like almost 20 years at this point. But Ciel is so layered. He's so difficult for me to do because it is the English accent and it's another boy voice, and uh the aristocrat. I always want to say aristocrat.
Well, we like that Disney movie too.
I know, right?
That's how not in that world I am. But yeah, just that, like, he has endured so much, but because of his culture, he is so contained, which is, it's so difficult to play a character like that. Like, I can't, like, Chopper can like feel big, you know what I mean? Like, he can, like, his feelings are big, and so I can emote them bigly. Whereas with Ciel, it has to be so contained and so, like, right here. Like, so just like the slightest nuance in the way that that I have to like portray that like inner angst, it's really fun. It's like, I love a challenge, and I can't think of a more challenging character that I have than Ciel. He's so layered. There's so much that he's been through and continues to go through. It was interesting coming back to it, going to the public school arc, because we had left with, the last thing that we had recorded was the Book of the Atlantic, and that's pretty dark. And then before that, was Book of Circus, which was even more just devastatingly dark. And then coming into the public school arc was like, oh, but is this the same show? Like, it was kind of like for that to be the re-entry point back into Black Butler was kind of a challenge, because I was like, oh wait, this is a whole new Ciel that I'm having to try to figure out, like him trying to deal with his peers. And so it was really fun, and again, a challenge. And so I will say, though, I am super excited about the Emerald Witch arc that's coming out right now. It's back to the really dark stuff that I love. Yeah, and I've had fans tell me about that arc for years. So I read all of the manga, so now I know like where it's going and what's happening. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I can see why it's a fan favorite. And the animation so far has been really cool. The opening is so good. Oh my God. It's probably my favorite Black Butler opening that there has been, which is saying something because I think they've had a lot of good ones. So I'm very excited.
Very excited. I don't know what's better, listening to her talk about Ciel or looking at Jenna's reactions as she talks about Ciel. Like Jenna's, her face is about to be a tomato. It's turning so red. It's so amazing.
I'm just waiting on the steam at this point.
Right. I will say when I first started doing conventions, when I very first did Ciel, the amount of young girls that would come through my line and look supremely devastated when they found out that I was the one that voiced him because I wasn't a 13-year-old boy. Would just be like, where's the voice actor for Ciel Phantomhive? I'd be like, that's me. And they're like, oh,
No.
you voice him? Yeah. And it's just like so disappointed. So disappointed. So because that was back in the day before there was a lot of interaction with voice actors and there wasn't as much, online, there wasn't as many videos of us out, so it was far less known that I was an adult woman voicing this little boy.
If it wants to help them bridge it a little better, they just need to think of the episode where he actually dressed up as a woman. So
right,
maybe
exactly.
So funny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But no, so like I said, you're gonna definitely, there's still a lot of material left, so you have plenty of time with Ciel, with Black Butler, just like you have plenty more years with Tony Chopper, because there's probably at least another 2 or 3 years worth of material left there.
I
for
hope
One
so.
Piece.
Yeah.
My Hero's only got 1 season left, so Mineta's gonna be coming to an end.
True.
Well, that's all right. I got to go on and just live my life. It's meant to be lived. I'll just figure my own stuff out.
Well, Brina, I definitely want to appreciate you coming out here and sit with us today. How are you feeling today? Because I know you said it had not been the greatest morning, I guess.
Yeah, just kind of just a regular stressful morning of like, oh, I got to do this, and then I got to go do this thing, and then I got to do this thing. Oh my God, I got to go do the podcast, and then So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. We actually take time in your day to come by and say hello and
I'm so glad I did. I mean,
like,
truly,
it's
this
amazing.
has been so fun. You guys are so good at this. Like, this is just delightful. I feel like I'm just hanging out with my friends. This is really cool.
Can I?
I love that, because that's the vibe that I always try to go for this podcast. Is that yes, we do ask questions and stuff, but I always try to say it's a vibe. With other people, we'll get into debates and things, but we love the vibe aspect of what we try to do. Like,
yeah, this is it is a vibe. Like, this is a very unique kind of setup. This is very like, it's a lot different than any of the other podcasts that I've done. Like, it's just very chill, very like I feel like I'm getting to know you guys as well versus just like me talking. You know what I mean?
Oh wow! So they basically say to have you stand on stage with these cards. We're like, okay, read this monitor right here. All right, here's the next one right here. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's typically me just monologuing answers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I get
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, so you were gonna say something?
I do. I actually do, because we got killed last time for this. So I just as a guy who loves anime history and a big One Piece guy, and I know the chat and everybody else is going to expect this, but I'm going to kindly ask this. It's not negative. Just point that out there. It's very positive. Is it okay if you could say the famous voice line of Tony Chopper?
Which one? There's a lot.
The flattering line.
Oh.
You know what? Actually, I think you should say it to Jenna.
That's what I was trying to get to. I was like, can you say the Chopper flattering line and end it with Jenna?
Wait, here we go.
Jenna, flattery doesn't make me happy, you bastard.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Jenna is on cloud 9 right now.
Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
think he got my ringtone.
ladies and gentlemen, we got
We
her.
got it.
We got her. It's, chat, TikTok, I don't want to hear none of this. Because y'all not on us last time about this.
I'm surprised you didn't ask for the
I am not a raccoon dog. I'm a reindeer.
that's what a lot of people ask for.
Oh.
Please.
I was about to ask that one, so thank you.
I love the flattering line. I ain't gonna lie. I love the flattering. The
Well, I
flattering.
love
I'm
that
the
because
same
that's
for you.
typically I'm a lot better at. I've learned how to take a compliment now, but that is how I feel inside, where I'm just like,
Shut up. Stop talking to me.
but now I've learned to like, okay, this is how a human takes a compliment.
That's how a human
Very
takes
well
a
rehearsed.
compliment.
Oh my gosh.
No, well,
Really
I
do.
definitely appreciate you coming out with us. Like I said, this has been amazing. I'm glad we were able to get this coordinated. Again, this is being recorded, but of course, this will go out later this week. Actually, I will let everybody
Yay.
know when that is,
Mhm.
and I'll talk a little bit more once we get through all this recording stuff out the
Mhm.
way. But is there anything you would like to say, King of New York, before we get out of here?
I'm ultra excited. I'm just happy. I learned a lot. Like, I did not know that you were Caribbean, and I mean, when I say that, I
Well, I'm
mean it a
Honduran. I'm
lot.
Honduran. I'm not
Honduran? Well,
Honduran. Yeah.
as a Jamaican, I still take it as like y'all are our cousins. You know what
I
mean?
honestly feel
So-
that way too. Like truly, I really do. It's funny because people like to lump Latinos into like one big thing, like we're all the exact same. But like
No.
frankly, like when I
Mm-mm.
meet
Mm-mm.
Islanders and like people from Barbados, Jamaica, like any of the Caribbean, like I feel more like kinship than like when I like because I live in a Mexican neighborhood, which don't get me wrong, I love Mexicans, but like I don't feel that same like, oh, I get you. You know what I mean? Like I don't know,
Mhm.
it's a different vibe.
Yeah,
But
that's when you brought up the food earlier. I was over here like, yes, I'm about to go to a spiel. Call Jenna. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh man, well,
It takes it inspires me a lot. So I was like, when I say that, I really do say thank you because you inspire a lot of people like me, like all of
Oh,
us.
glad to hear that.
yes, Jenna, is there anything you would like to say before we get out?
I do. I have one question.
Yeah.
So, being that, you voice Tony Chopper, best boy, do you have a favorite version of Chopper? Because you know how he does like horn point, guard point. Do you have
I
a
will say
favorite version?
already, Horn Point underutilized. I think he looks so cute in Horn Point, and like it's so rare that they use it. But but my favorite is Guard Point.
Yes.
I have a plushie of Guard Point that has like little like hand holes inside the
Same.
fluff. You probably have the exact same one,
What
yeah.
you're talking
But I
about.
just like, it's my favorite. I love Guard Point. It's so
Twins.
cute.
That's it. Thank you.
That was all you wanted to say? All right. Well, sir, is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Oh, what I usually do, or
No,
we
no
getting,
anime recommendations this week.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out what you wanted to ask me.
Just any final words?
Any final words? What I Okay, I got one. Final words. People out there can be very deceiving by the way of how they treat you. You might think a person is giving you a lot of care, but sometimes you should watch that person because your self-healing is way more important than focus on somebody else who doesn't have enough time for you. So love yourself first before you love somebody else. Boom. And that is the deep quote of mine for today. I know a deep one, but I give a nice basic one. So love yourself first before you love anybody else. Absolutely.
Because then you can better love the people that you love.
Come on, Pastor. Come on. Come on. Preach. Oh, okay, come on now. All right.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
All right, then. Well, that's gonna be it for this week, you guys. That will, like I said, this will be up by the time you're seeing it. Well, you guys won't know that because this is recorded, so I don't even know why I bring that up. So, for the King of New York, Jasirii, for our special guest, the #1 Tony Chopper fan of all time, Jenna.
Mm-hmm.
For my nephew vocals over here, for voice actor, singer, actor extraordinaire, Brina Palencia here.
Mm-hmm.
I am your host, King Drell. And just remember.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Since she's here, can she say the podcast is real?
Eyes on your own paper, sir.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm linking. We're linking today. I'm sorry. We're linking today. I just feel like we're just on the same page here when it comes to Jenna and what we're about to do. I'm sorry. That's why I'm the co-host here. Okay, I'll shut up. I'm sorry. That's why I'm the co-host. I'm sorry. I'll look up to the
No, you're good. I just got to get, we got to get to our tagline.
You're good. You're fine. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm looking up.
Yeah. So again, for everybody that's here, I'm your host, King Drell. And remember, you might get ghosted by Crunchyroll.
Mm-hmm.
But the podcast, like Mineta, is real. We will see you guys next time. Salute. And before we get out of here, Brina, would you do me a favor, since everyone all had favors here? Would you, by any chance, be willing to scream "The podcast is real" in your chopper voice?
Yeah, for sure.
The podcast is real!
Suck. All right, we're done. We're out. We're out.
We're out. We're done. Yes, super sad.